Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. Welcome to your reading for that full moon that is happening in Sagittarius. It is happening on June 3rd or 4th, depending on where you are in the world. It's really interesting because this full moons are always seeded as a new moon, right? It's like the flowering of the seed. And so this new moon, this full moon was seeded as a new moon under the solar eclipse that happened on December 4th of 2021. So think back to that time. What were you wanting to manifest? What were you wanting to create? You should be completing a major cycle in that and getting ready to step into the next cycle to level up a little. There is some really interesting energy here. You are being asked to really get into your power. It is important that you don't let other people. So this energy, it squares yours. The sun in Gemini is squaring your energy, and so is the moon in Sagittarius. And so this is like a T-square of energy. I really get into astrology over on Facebook. I don't want to get too deep here. But when you have the sun opposing the moon and the outlet point comes out over there in what's going on in your sign, particularly where Saturn is, and Saturn is about healthy boundaries. Okay, and so the outlet point of all this energy, especially because it affects your sign, is about your willpower, your determination to create safe, healthy boundaries around you from what all this energy that seems to be coming at you with this energy. And so you are being asked to protect yourself. You have the card. This is interesting because this deck was created before the pandemic, and this guy's got a mask on, but it's against the smog. It's against the environmental stuff. It's the stuff outside of you that you need to protect yourself, not from your own self. There is this full moon it's an end of a cycle of where you have allowed others to I want to say to pollute your own personal space and energy. And so this almost feels like an empowering energy. Look, you have the card of being empowered. That's how you transform the situation, is you stepping into your power, you creating your safe, healthy boundaries, you making the choice and the decision that I don't have to put up with other people's negative energy. I can stay in my own space and I can create my own power, empowering energy. And there's a real need to believe in yourself and then have the willpower, the drive and the determination to do what you need to do. So this rune is called thorn. I can't say it, but it's like a thorn. Thorza. It is about the protection of the rose, right? You have the thorns. Think of yourself as the rose, right? And so this protection to hold things in place. And so the thing about roses, they're really bringing this through. So hold on a second. Okay, so the thing about roses is that when they are damaged, they put out pheromones that attract bugs that come and attack it and kill it. Don't do that. Don't appear weak. And the way you don't appear weak is by literally actually standing in your power. Because when we are in the energy of victimhood, which like the rose, when it's got a disease, puts out those pheromones, it attracts the destroyers to come and take it out. And so when you project the image of being a victim, then you are given lots of opportunities to be victimized. And that is the cycle that you're being invited to complete, to let that go, to not live in that energy anymore. And so we have the clouds clearing away. And so there is a chance for you to step into the light of your own personal power and strength, to stand in your own power. It's super important. That's how you're going to transform the situation. And so the key to the situation is you, being you. We have the moon card. This is you understanding the value of you. This also is about this reflective light. I'm seeing it. Okay, so again, what you think about yourself, you reflect out into the world. And so if you reflect out fear and anxiety, then opportunities to show you who you are, fear and anxiety, come in. And so instead, reflect out to the world this. I am large and I'm in charge. I'm in control of my world. I'm not your victim. and I'm definitely not your doormat, right? So I have a Pisces moon, and I have to tell you, for years I was the recovering doormat. But I am no longer the recovering doormat. I have recovered. I am nobody's doormat. And so, but it took time to get there, right? It took finding the places. And so start where you can create the boundaries. And so this is self-evaluation. What most drains your energy? And so here in the energy where your energy is being drained, it feels like a lot of things have been happening really fast. And so take a moment to pause and to reflect on where you need to put and create your sacred boundaries, where you put your foot down. So let's just say your boss is always asking you to stay late. And that means there is not enough time for you to do all the things that are of value to you. The time with your family, your friends, just keeping your house clean, things like that. But you always feel obligated to say yes. So let's just say, for instance, I'm going to use an example of somebody I know. She is a respiratory therapy nurse. So there's not a lot of those available, right? And there's been a lot of need for those. And so she works in a small hospital where there's like 4. And her taking time off when her father died was inconvenient to the hospital. And so she wasn't taking enough time off to do what she needed to do to heal, because she was under so much pressure to do this. And then her car broke down and she couldn't go to work. And I looked at her and I go, yeah, that's because you needed time off and you wouldn't take it for yourself. So Spirit gave it to you. And so it's always better when we create the boundaries, then Spirit has to step in and do it. And so she goes, but I feel so bad leaving everybody. The real problem there is that they need to hire somebody else in addition. Like, that's too much. They're trying to streamline, and the place that they're streamlining is not your problem. And so this is where you have to understand that, yes, it seems like a big burden to everybody else in some aspect of your life when you put up your healthy boundary, and you're not the one that's there, and you're not the one that's always picking up the slack, and you're not the one. That's true. That creates an inconvenience for other people. But the thing is they will adapt, and they will have to hire somebody else, or they will have to find somebody else to help them make that move, or they're going to have to find someone else to watch the dogs, or they're going to have to find someone else to do this or that or the other thing, right? You have to protect your own energy and your own space. Saturn in your sign says, hey, it is not just about putting structure around your dreams and your goals. It's also about putting structure around what is of value and important to you, your time, your emotional energy, your physical health and well-being. Where can you say, okay, wait, that does not work for me? And you're being asked to really step into your power. And with Saturn now moving in retrograde, he's going back over those initial stages, and you're getting a chance to reevaluate where you have been trying to place boundaries and where it's working and where you need to dig in a little bit more and do a little more. And the illumination here and the squaring energy of the full moon, with the moon and the sun, both of them shining a light on your situation, you're being asked to make a choice. You have the card of the ways here in the action to take. You need to make a choice. Do you want to go down to the seaside here and hang out, or do you want to take the path up into the mountains where there's more obstacles? But it's a choice, and your decision. Life is nothing but a series of choices and decisions that we make in every moment of every day. And so we choose to be happy, we choose to follow our dreams, we choose to be protective of our space. Is it going to rattle some people when they can't count on Pisces? Yeah. Will they figure it out? Yes. Will they figure it out right away? No. They'll think, oh, well, Pisces always gives in. I'll just ask some more. I'll just apply a little more pressure. I'll just ask some more. And so it erodes at it. And you're being asked in your heart space to put up a safe, healthy boundary. You're being asked to commit, because here is the card of the mountain. In the house of the mountain here, we have the communication, we have the letter. But this one is actually an accounting. There's little hashtag marks on there. And so you are being asked to be very serious about and account for your own personal time and energy. See this water here? This is your emotional time and energy. And this mountain here is where you're like, I am protecting my space. No one can do that for you but you. You have to do that. You have to step into this power. And so in the energy of your resources, this is financial, yes, but I don't think this is about finances. I think this is about your emotional and physical energy. You have the card of the tree. There's two trees in here. One's in the summer and one's in the winter. And so the winter energy is this. In the winter, we pull our energy in. We nurture our roots. So you probably need more time at home. You probably need more time for yourself. I mean, understandably, when we have small children, that's really hard to do. That being said, do the kids really need to be in that many activities? Do you really need to be the person that runs the PTA? Do you need to be the one that always shows up with the at the school to help out? Can you in some way create sacred space and boundaries for yourself while still doing the things you love because they matter to you, but maybe doing less is more? More in a bigger sense of things. And that's, so here, where you're seeking knowledge and information, we have the cat of independence, who understands that it needs time in the sun, and it needs time to sit and to be and to observe and to do nothing. You want to know who knows how to be lazy? It's a cat. They understand it. But boy, if they want something, they'll get up and go get it. They're confident. There's something about developing the confidence in the ability to say what it is that you need and mean it. It is the commitment that you make to yourself. And this is also, the letter is also about a contract. It is about a commitment. I feel like this is the personal contract that you need to make with yourself. But these are my boundaries. This is important. And you need more time to play. You need more time to go out and enjoy your life. It is not about doing. It is sometimes just about being and playing. Because where are you supposed to anchor your energy? Into this little boy of play, where you just go out and you daydream and you do things that are enjoyable to you, and you get in touch with your emotions and you just have fun. And there's something, I feel like Saturn doing his retrograde right now is going back over the progress that you've made over the last couple of months and saying, okay, look, you're doing this part good. This part could use a little shoring up. Let's take a look at this. Don't forget to pat yourself on the back for every time you said no and you meant it. And don't be mad at yourself for every time you said no and then you gave in, because it is a learning and a growth process, Pisces. It is hard to change that habit. And it is hard to understand that you are important. But you have Kali Ma. So, I know this Kali can be a very scary individual to look at. DNA. There's a lot of fear around Kali. I have a lot of respect for Kali. But I have to say that I've been working with Kali now since 2020. And this energy has been nurturing and supportive. And she's not afraid to say, let's look at the reality of that situation. You need to make a change here. But it's always with this loving kindness and support. And this is the energy that's coming in to help you with the scythe, to cut out what doesn't work for you. And over here she has the fire of passion and illumination and joy and creativity. But in order to do that with a full moon, you have to release something in order to bring something in. And it is a fire full moon. And so here's the release, and here is the light, the illumination, the passion, the excitement, the opportunity to focus on your small dreams in order to grow them into great big dreams. And this is a very protective force. When Kali shows up, you are protected, like with that mother bear energy. She's got your back. But she does require you to also do this. Stand up for yourself. Create the safe and healthy boundaries. So wherever it is that you've been giving away your energy, wherever it is that you've been, and you know, you can't do everything at once. Pick that one area and aspect of your life. And I think for many of us, it was easiest for me to start with work boundaries. It's harder to do it with your family, right? It is. But for some of you, there may be grown children that have moved out that are really expecting you to be the constant babysitter, and you make plans, and they're like, can you babysit? And you really love your grandkids, and you really want to do that. But then you have to put your own personal time aside to go do that, and they may not really appreciate the sacrifice that you're making to accommodate their life. And so, you know, that might be the place where you're like, yeah, but not on Wednesdays. Because on Wednesdays, I have my book club. Hey, we lost a card. Oh, there it is. On Wednesdays, I have my book club, and I'm going to that. Or, you know, well, I can't in the mornings because I'm going. Where did this card come from? Look at this. I don't know. You know what? This is interesting. I might have gotten caught up in the last one. But here it is. They both got caught up. This is community undoing and helping others, and it's frozen out. You need to create a boundary, right? And also, it allows you to refresh, right? So like the roots, when they pull their energy in the winter, they're nurturing and caring for themselves, but then in the spring, they're able to flow and to blossom and to create all this abundance. And so I do feel that, you know, and when everything is in proper balance, then you have the energy for everything, and there's a need to bring it along in a cycle. Look, you have the card of the Master. The self-empowering energy right here. You can solve any problem naturally and effortlessly. Proceed with courage and intelligence. Let the soft conquer the hard. This isn't about throwing a big fit and saying, no. This is about, no, I'm sorry, I'm not available for that. You can say you're sorry. I think in my head, sorry, not sorry, but whatever. But you can say it softly. I'm sorry, I can't stay late today. I'm sorry, I've already got something on my calendar and I'm not going to be able to do that today. I'm sorry, this is my meeting group time, and it's important to me. I'm sorry, I can't do that. No is a 2-letter sentence, but I know for Pisces it's hard to just say no. But in your head you can say no, and then the words that come out of your mouth can be soft. Let soft conquer hard. Do not fight the powers that can destroy you, and ride with the opposing forces until the right moment to act. And so you have this spiritual transformation that's going on. The key to the situation is the spiritual transformation. This is a deep, Pisces is such deep water, and it's hard to contain. It's hard to create the boundaries. And so as Saturn works through your sign, he's helping you to create these safe, healthy boundaries that allow you to manifest and create the energetic flow in your life, and allow you to choose where the energy in your life flows. What direction does it go? And to dream and to create and to manifest what it is you want. But it starts with this necessity of your own personal boundaries and time management. That you have calendar control. Start there. You have calendar control. And create in the calendar control time for play. You don't have to be doing something every minute of every day. And if you find yourself super exhausted and emotionally drained and just tired all the time, that is emotionally, that is a sign that you really need to take some downtime. And so honor the cycles of your body, honor your needs. Put yourself first. Put your oxygen mask on. That's what this is. Put your oxygen mask on. When the pressure drops in the cabin, you have 15 seconds before you can't think straight. That's it. There's just 15 seconds if you're lucky to get that much. 12, 15. So your first thought needs to be, I need to put my oxygen mask on. Because when other people can't think straight, they don't have apoxia yet. You could still have time to reach over and help them. But if you are helping them and they're like, I don't know, especially if you're like dealing with small children, they're all wiggling around and you're trying to do it, you're wasting time. But if you get it on yourself first, you can hold it on them. They can't think. They don't know. And so take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you don't have the energy to do the things that are really of value and importance to you. Make time for play and take care of yourself. Pisces, I'm going to be working with this Venus transit, which is about empowering ourselves and putting ourselves first and understanding how important that is. And that will be happening in my Facebook group. The link is in the description box below. I do personal readings. That information is also there. Come on over to Facebook, though. It's totally free to do that, to join in the journey with us. And I do astrology of the day over there and other things. I took a picture of a deer, a little baby fawn I saw in the woods the other day. He was this far from me. All right, you guys take great care, and I will talk to you soon. Be good to you.